In this video session on bearing capacity of shallow foundation, I have included two contents. The first one is to know about the effect of water table on bearing capacity of soil and a few problems related to the effect of water table on bearing capacity of soil. The position of groundwater has a significant effect on bearing capacity of soil, and presence of water at any depth below the ground surface will definitely affect the bearing capacity of the soil. And in such cases, we have to include the correction factors for the presence of water table, which are given by RW1 and RW2, and as such the ultimate bearing capacity as given by Terzaghi changes to QF is equal to CNC gamma DF NQ multiplied by RW1 plus 0.5 gamma B and gamma multiplied by RW2. So we have to introduce two new parameters RW1 and RW2 in the ultimate bearing capacity equation. So now consider a footing of depth df and breadth b. Here the water table changes from one position to another position depending upon the presence of the water. So now we have two situations wherein the water table lies between the ground surface and the bottom of the foundation, and the second situation is water table below the bottommost point of the footing. In such cases, we have to calculate what is the depth of the water table with respect to ground level and also with respect to bottom of the foundation. Suppose if you measure the water table with respect to the ground surface, that will be considered as ZW1, and to measure the ZW2 it is always considered from the bottommost point of the foundation. Suppose if the water table is at the bottom of the foundation, then ZW2 will be equal to 0 and the maximum value of ZW1 will be equal to DF. There are two situations I already told you. When the water table rises above the base of the foundation, so always the RW2 value becomes 1, and in such cases we have to calculate the RW1 as equal to half of 1 plus ZW1 by DF. Now when the ZW1 is equal to 0, that means when the water table is at ground level, RW1 becomes 0, RW1 will be equal to 0.5, and when the water depth is at the base of the foundation, that is ZW2 is equal to DF, then the value of RW1 will be equal to 1 using the equation RW1 is equal to half of 1 plus ZW1 by DF. So that will give you the values of RW1. Similarly, when the water table is below the foundation, we have RW1 is equal to 1. We need to calculate RW2. So RW2 is given by half of 1 plus ZW2 by B. So when the water table is at the bottom of the foundation, that means ZW2 is equal to 0. If you put the value of ZW2 is equal to 0, then the value of RW2 becomes 0.5. Suppose if the depth of the water table is exactly equal to the breadth of the footing from the bottom of the foundation, then ZW2 will be equal to B. In such cases, we will get RW2 is equal to 1. So let us take up a numerical problem on the effect of water table. So consider a strip footing which is 2 meter wide, which carries a load intensity of 400 kN per meter square at a depth of 1.2 meter in sand. The saturated unit weight of sand is 19.5 kN per meter cube, and unit weight above water table is 16.8 kN per meter cube. The shear parameters C is equal to 0, phi is equal to 35 degree. Determine factor of safety with respect to shear failure for the following cases of location of water table. So let us discuss one by one the 5 different cases. So I will take up the first one. When the water table is 4 meter below the ground level. So when the water table is below the foundation, we have RW1 is equal to 1, and we need to calculate only ZW2. So now the maximum depth of the ZW2 will be considered equivalent to B, and as such the value of RW2 will be equal to 1. So substituting the values of RW2 and RW1, which will be equal to 1, then there will be no changes in the bearing capacity of the soil, because the old formula given by Terzaghi will be same as the formula given by the Terzaghi for the effect of water table, in which RW1 and RW2 are included. But in this case, RW1 is also 1 and RW2 is also 1, and as such there is no difference in calculating the ultimate bearing capacity. Anyhow, you have to use the formula with the correction factors, and we have to substitute the values RW1 and RW2 as 1 each. So now calculate the ultimate bearing capacity by substituting the given values, and factor of safety is obtained by the equation factor of safety is equal to QF by Q. So that will be equal to 3.87, because the load intensity is Q is given as 400 kilonewton per meter square. Next, coming to case 2, we have water table at 1.2 meter below the ground level. Here the depth of the footing is also 1.2 meter, and as such we can calculate the W1 and W2 using the regular formula. RW1 is given by half of 1 plus ZW1 by DF. Here ZW1 is equal to DF because the water table is equivalent to DF, that is 1.2 meter, and as such we will get RW1 is equal to 1 and RW2 is equal to, the value of ZW2 will be 0 because we are measuring the water table from the bottom of the foundation here, and as such it will be 0 because the water table is at the bottom of the foundation. Therefore RW2 is equal to 0.5. Substitute the values, we will get the factor of safety is equal to 3.12. So now coming to case 3, we have water table at 2.5 meter below the ground level. Now we need to calculate the average density of the soil, because when the water table is at 2.5 meter below the ground level, that means it has a water table depth of 1.3 meter from the bottom of the foundation, because 2.5 minus 1.2 depth of the foundation will be equal to 1.3. That 1.3 meter is the depth of the water table from the bottommost point of the foundation, and as a ZW2 will be equal to 1.3. So using ZW2 is equal to 1.3, you calculate RW2, which will be 0.825, and as such RW1 is equal to 1 because ZW1 will be equal to DF, that is the maximum value we are taking into consideration. So now for calculating the average density of the soil, we need to calculate for the first 1.3 meter depth, it will be 16.8, that is the density of the soil, and for the 7.7 meter below the bottom of the foundation out of 2 meters, it will be equal to 19.5. So if you take the average of the densities, we will get 17.74. Now you substitute the value of 17.74 in the third part of the ultimate bearing capacity. It has divided into 3 parts. The first part is with respect to cohesion, the second part is with respect to DF, the third part is with respect to breadth. So wherever the breadth is included, you take the value equal to 17.74 as the density of the soil, and as usual factor of safety is given by QF by Q. It works out to be 3.64. Coming to the fourth case, 0.5 meter below ground level means first 0.5 meter is dry soil and the next 7.7 meter, that is total depth is 1.2 from the ground surface. Therefore, 0.5 meter is dry soil and 0.7 meter is the wet soil. So now you take the average of 0.5 and 0.7, will get 18.38, and you substitute that value 18.38 corresponding to the depth, and for saturated density which is associated with the breadth of the footing, you substitute 19.5, and totally the average density works out to be 18.38. And accordingly you substitute all the values, and finally you get the factor of safety by calculating the ultimate bearing capacity. It will be around 2.63. Next, coming to the last case, water table is at the ground level, means the soil is completely saturated from the ground surface. As such, we have ZW2 is equal to 0, and as such we have RW2 is equal to 0.5, as well as ZW1 is also 0, the RW1 is also 0.5. So now substituting the value of RW1 and RW2 and also considering the saturated density for the entire soil or for the whole soil, the factor of safety works out to be 1.72. So this is about calculating the values of RW1 and RW2 according to the position of the water table. So you will be asked different kinds of problems related to the variation in the water table, and depending upon the data given and the depth of the foundation, you first determine RW1 and RW2, and later on you substitute the values as usual to get the ultimate bearing capacity, and to calculate the factor of safety you divide it by the load intensity to get the corresponding factor of safety. Thank you.